Happy Saturday, September 15th. We finished 2 yoga classes today, went to TJ Maxx. Really didn't find much of anything, but it was TJ Maxx member mornings, and I was there in time for the last drawing. And the 2 people they drew first weren't there, and then they drew my name. So I got a $10 gift card for basically only being there for like a couple of minutes, because they do the drawing at 10:15, and I think I got there at like 10:05 or something. Absolutely nothing at Ross. I did get a cardigan at TJ Maxx. And now we're here at Target. Mostly because I need vegetable oil and Miracle Whip. Otherwise, I don't know what we're gonna get. Got our pumpkin cream cold brew, extra cold foam, and our baked apple croissant, delicious. I've been really good at not spending money in my classroom this school year, but I can't pass up 50-cent markers. Summer stuff is on such good clearance. This is a 5-foot by 1.5 foot, so basically I can lay myself in there. It's an adult kiddie pool. It's $12. It was $50. New house, can't wait for next year. Now that we have unlocked the classroom with the correct key, not our apartment key, we can get in here. First plan of action, fill up our cup. We've got vanilla almond and blue Hawaiian. It makes a nice funfetti cupcake flavor. I like the water here better than my apartment. We are printing the next month of ULS because I have a sub on Wednesday, and I booked the sub because I have a meeting for academic chair, which is a committee I got myself signed up onto. We basically have a rule, and it's ask everybody else, and if everybody else says no, then I will do it. All of my teacher friends here but one are married with kids, and so generally they can't do it because they have kids, and I just end up having to do it. So another committee, another responsibility, which is fine, it's paid, but another thing. So we have meetings like every other month, I think, during the school day, which is kind of a pain. I would rather it was just at the end of the day. Even before school would be fine. I booked a sub, and then one of the classrooms decided to go on a field trip, and that's where the majority of my students are that do the self-contained ULS stuff, and so my morning is mostly them. So the sub is going to have a lot of spare time on their hands, so I'm going to print the October ULS unit, and then I also have the writing board for September because we started with August because I liked the themes, because friendship is just a good one, and then the September one is recess, so that's great too. I have it printed, I just have to laminate it. I have the News to You stuff printed, I just have to laminate it. The next week's stuff, it's something on space, building a Land Rover for the craft, so that's kind of exciting. But anyways, sub is going to be teaching not very much that day, and then a lot of time to be cutting up the laminate roll. So that's what we're here today for. Monopolize the color printer, print all of the things we need for ULS, laminate it, and then leave it. I left this out to dry. If you've ever tried little fish, if you put them in water, they move around like they're real fish, and then when they're out of water, they stop. It's a really fun sensory thing. We had Fun Friday, so one of my students was playing with that. I assume that you could get them from Amazon, but mine are from Walmart, of course. Stray ice cream. This is how sneaky I am, that I use a blanket to cover up the snack selection. Yes, very sneaky. I also have our social skills stuff that I need to make copies of too, but that group only meets on A, B, C days, so I have another day too if I don't feel like doing it today. I also need to swap out the sensory bin. So this comes with the writing journals from Enchanting Learning Corner, but it's also the same person, Apples and ABCs. So some of the same things you can find on her TPT. So then usually I'll print this as the color copy, and then I'll laminate that, and then all of this following stuff will just go in a bag. So I'll print this on like a yellow or a green or a red, because that'll be like apples, and I'll print this on a different color so that the capitals are one color and the lowercase is another color. This is the student sheet, so that would be just white. There's a bus one, so we'll use yellow for that. Put their numbers down there, or this one. And then there's this one. So color copy of this, put it in the sensory bin, and then they're coloring it in. I have some cheaters that just like to pick random colors. So this is the only version that I have to like actually watch the sensory bin station, because all the other ones, like they participate and they do it. The coloring one, they just like to color random colors and not actually the colors of the objects that they've picked. And I'm not going to bore you all with this because I previously talked about it in my Unique Learning Systems video, but if you do want this document, this is just what I do and what works for me and my students and our system. So if you're interested in what I all do, check out that video, or I do give this out if you really want a copy. Just find me on Instagram and I'll share it with you. And because it's literally sitting here, because I pulled it out last week to use with someone when we had a couple minutes of time, I used to do... this, it always looks like this. It's always a mess, and I'm never going to change my messy ways. It used to be that I would print the full size of every single one, but I found that after the first couple days of the AA level, like they had it memorized and they could identify the words, and we didn't need it anymore. And it was such a waste, and it's so hard to store. So I've started right there doing 2 pages per page on all of the smaller ones. So like level AA, level C. I used to... last year, I would print one like this of level D, and then I would also have, that's not it. This isn't it either. The adaptive version too. So then I would have basically 2 level D books, but one would have the spot for the Velcro, or I've gotten smarter and I've just done one of them and I don't print the level D normal. I only print the adaptive. So then I have the full size of the adaptive one because you need Velcro. The Easy Reader level E I use as a read aloud a lot, so that's why it's full size. And then the AA, the B, and the C are 2 pages per page because we go through them fairly quickly and then I don't need them again. And it's just so much easier to store when it's a smaller version. Okay, I'm gonna get printing. One last little tip. I see this asked all the time on the Unique Learning Systems Facebook group. I always click the unit that I'm on, obviously, and then right here it shows you everything, but to me it's just so much more easier to go here to the leveled PDFs, and you can go right here to all level 1 activities, and then right here, here's all the books you need. So then like right here, there's the AA, the C, and the D, and there's the Easy Read. Sometimes the B is stuck in that level 1 and it's not listed here. I always just go right here, and everything I could possibly want to teach the entire month, except for the one that I need to go to the library for. Where is it? This one right here. The related content book that I always forget. That one I have to go into the ULS library and find it. But everything else that you could possibly ever need is in this file. 535 pages of it. I don't print all of it. That's why I have my little cutting guide. Unfortunately, the pages change every single month. You can't just always be like, I need page 20 and 37 and 52. It doesn't work like that because things move around. But the News to You activity pages, those are always the same. So that's nice because I can just go like this and copy it in and print it every week. So that saves me a little time. Okay, see you when I'm done. I want a paper. What a shock, but woo! So we got some red capital apples, some green lowercase apples, and some yellow school buses. So I'll do this with my 3 that are on alternative standards, but then I'll also do it with my pull-out kindergartners. I'm going to color this picture then while I wait for the laminator to heat up because, white's boring, but I also don't really want them to be all one solid color like that. Somebody already had the laminator plugged in, and if you've been here a while, you know that is like a recurring nightmare is that I've left the laminator not only plugged in, but turned on. I always unplug it just for my own sanity to know that there's no way it is still on. So now to wait like 5 minutes. Gonna use my new markers that I bought. And this is why I couldn't pass up a good marker deal because our collection of spares is very low. So the ones I was using, we'll dump the others later. Lamination acquired. So I definitely prefer a nice Crayola marker, but I am convinced that these Mondo Llama ones, the caps go on easier for the kids. I'm convinced. And when you're working with students that have fine motor concerns, that's the difference between going through a marker a week and maybe a marker a month. Also brought some bags from home to use as our code brown bags. Okay, otherwise though, did a printing, dinner laminating, not cutting, not doing anything. Let's go feed my parents' cat. Now, obviously, did I need to come on the weekend to do this? No. Did I want to do it? Yes. It's so nice to get it out of the way, to be able to print to the color printer and not have other people's things getting mixed in with mine, and that I can laminate right away. I occasionally this year do have a prep period when kids are gone, or like every other week they have counseling or something like that. And so I could some of those days have a little bit of time, but it takes me a lot longer than 20 minutes to prep and laminate all that stuff. So it is nice to just come on the weekend and get it out of the way. And then, as I said, there'll be someone here that can hopefully take a good chunk out of cutting out that laminate pile, because that's what really takes a long time, is cutting out those individual things and then doing the Velcroing. So my parents and I'd say we've got it down to a science, and we know exactly what we need and what we need to do with the Velcroing and the cutting. So it's not like we're like looking at the stuff and being like, oh crap, what are we supposed to do with this little piece? We lost where it's supposed to go. Like, you kind of have an idea now of what we need to do with it all. And also, like, I've been having such a good school year. We just finished up day 9, and it's like a world of difference compared to other school years. The honeymoon period, as people would say with like behaviors, hasn't really ended. And most of my like big concerns went to the middle school. And so I'm having a very productive academic school year, and I'm not getting called away to deal with certain things. I'm just able to teach. And that's the problem with education right now, is like teachers just want to teach, and there's all these outside factors getting in the way, and they can't do that. My stress level is really low. I don't have a lot of like take home work at this time. Of last week, I had 3 IEPs. And so yeah, I stayed at school to finish them because I had to by Friday. I don't know if your state does it, but it's called the third Friday count. So last Friday was the third Friday in September, and that's what they base funding on, the September count. And then there's one again in like December, I think. And so you have to have like all your IEPs and evals in by that time, because that's what decides like how much funding you're getting for special education based on that number. And so I had to hurry up and get those done because they had to be done by Friday. But now I don't have another one till October. Basically, I just have meetings after school. And I don't mind a meeting as long as there's not a pile of paperwork to type up afterwards. Because some of my IEPs are like 35 pagers. And that takes a long, long time. Oh, Mr. Furby. Mr. Furby. Happy Sunday from your favorite Walmart associate. Happy Monday, September 18th. It's homecoming week for my school district, so today's theme is a sports day. Yes, this is a Randall Cobb jersey, but the nice thing about teaching elementary school is if you're not wearing the quarterback jersey, nobody else knows any of the players. They only know the quarterback. Once you get to middle and high school, the kids will then call you out on that sort of thing for wearing an old jersey. So I figured that Saturday's video was really short. I said one thing to you Sunday, and I'm feeling chatty today, and I think it'll be a good, productive day. I think it's an E day, so it's a little bit busier day, but it's still a good day. I haven't had any bad days. I don't have any meetings after school today either. It's just going to be a wonderful day. We've got our coffee. I used the rewards to get a little egg and cheese sandwich. I've got one cookie left from Hy-Vee. These are delicious. These pink cups were $0.25. So then I'll have teal cups and pink cups, but a couple of the teal cups have been failing us. If you watched a video last year, we were making pancake in a cup, I think, and one of the kids' cups, the bottom just like fell out of it. And it's not like it's not a microwave safe cup. It is. It's just, you know, it's a cheap cup. Stuff happens. I also have an Amazon package. It's for next month's unique learning system. This month it was a book on No David, which I already have because my kids are obsessed with No David. But next month it's all about science and movement. And that book, I could have just had the YouTube read aloud, but I looked up on Amazon, it was $6. So I figured I might as well just get it. And that way I can keep the comprehension activities and just pull it out next time a kid has that science activity. In theory, the unique learning system is supposed to repeat every 3 years. I haven't taught it long enough to see if it actually is truthful or not. So let's get our butts into school. How we doing today, Mr. Duke? He knows I've got the goods. He likes to come smell my snacks. Yeah, you. Halfway through eating my lunch, and I remembered I was supposed to be showing you about my day. So yeah, a little popcorn, chicken, mashed potato, and I had pineapple too. Okay, after school, 4:20, getting ready to leave. Just uploaded a video. This desk situation is a disaster, and I need to clean it tomorrow before I leave, and that's the goal. I was gonna do today, but I gotta go feed my parents' cat for the last day until they get back. Oh, I almost forgot to eat my cookie. My goal is to take my monthly bins like this home, and then I can better plan at home because I'll have like a dedicated craft room, and I'm excited to have more room in my closet that's in the gym. So then I can switch this mess out a little bit easier. And I have a whole pile of these too in my gym closet. I have some in my parents' basement because I used to use them for college and my parents used to use them in the camper. I just have a lot of these, so it'll be easier to switch them out. Like right now, all my monthly stuff is in the gym. The room is, well, I'd say it's clean. There's a pile over there, but I use that pile every day. And sometimes if I'm not feeling aesthetic and put together, I just leave it there. So yeah, my mess right here. Pick this up before I leave. Started some news to you today. Had some kids that started the flip book, and then I switched out our book display, so it was back to school. Now it's space, because our new news to you is on space. And no, it's not updated because it's in the pile somewhere. We did finally get to day 10 and got to switch our base 10 blocks from the singles to the 10. And I'm excited for tomorrow so we can actually do the expanded form, because that is what we struggle on so much right now, is just place value in general. And we'll get to start a new 10 frame. So that's kind of exciting too. In our word wall from Unique Learning System, we're struggling with why and your. Otherwise, we've got the other ones, which honestly, I think that does would be harder than your, but I don't know. That's just what we're stuck on. I also feel like I talk about connecting math concepts a lot, but I never actually explain it. So this is what it looks like. So tomorrow, the boys will be on lesson 76. So there is the teacher manual. It has all the standards there too, so that's helpful if you're doing IEP goals based off of a standard. So we always do this, the oral counting. This is really hard. I have to do a number line on the table for the students because we don't have our 9s facts memorized. But like counting by twos, we can do that. And so the book jumps around where it's like orally a little bit of workbook, and sometimes then it'll go back to a little bit of oral, especially in the younger versions. It's like oral workbook, whereas like as you get older, it's a little bit of oral, a little bit of workbook, a little bit of the oral work, and then it jumps into, like this is the workbook, it jumps into the textbook, which is really just trying to get them prepared for higher level math, in my opinion, because it's basically the same stuff that appears in the workbook, but like in color. And it's kind of annoying because I wish that it was just another workbook page. It's like all of this could have been done in a workbook. Instead, like they want you to write it down on paper, but I don't. I just use my whiteboard tables, and so the kids like that. But yeah, like could have been another workbook page. I get why they picked a textbook, especially like this is like the 2nd grade level, so it makes it seem like it's a little bit more like grade level, a little more sophisticated. So yeah, there's connected math concepts. So this is green, 2nd grade level. So one of these boys started out in the red level, the kindergarten level. So like this is a book that some students are in. So it's the very end of the kindergarten level standards, which what kindergartner can do 6 plus 40 equals 46. 1 plus 19 is 20. Like that's a bit heavy for a kindergarten level standard. Expanded form 64 or expanded form 69. Like, I don't know, that doesn't really seem like a kindergarten standard to me. I thought it was only in numbers up to 20. Like, I say that this is the kindergarten level book, but it's not really exactly fully kindergarten. Like, if I popped into a kindergarten room in the middle of March, how many could tell me that 80 plus 4 was 84? I don't know. I have some students that are still working on +0, and it is the most painful part of my day because we sing songs about how when you +0, it's the same number. You know, 1 plus 1 is 2. 1 plus 0 is 1. When you add by 0, it's the same number. Like Jack Hartman even has a song on it. and we're just not getting it. So we practice every single day. So this is actually free from the Math Worksheet site. They have a couple options on the free version, but I do prefer the paid version. I just haven't gotten around to paying for it yet this school year, and it's very, very affordable. And we're on week 3 of the unique learning system. So we switched our spelling words. So map, tap, sap, and cap. You can tell that it's rhyming. So that goes with our rhyming little books like this. What happened to the other one? Here it is. Yes, this is just a pile sometimes that I don't put back, or like my para uses it, we don't put it back because we use it often. Here's the rhyming pages. So level 1 is the words in the picture, and level 2 is just the words. And then I don't know where the other book is, but yeah, there's another one floating around here somewhere. So dress like your favorite sports player. Done. Monday. Done. Day 10 of school. Done. Thank you guys for watching this video, and I hope it wasn't too boring, and I'll see you guys in the next one.